In early March 2024, Professor Hongbo from Tsinghua University took our reporter for a special visit. 5 months earlier, his team had completed China's first clinical implantation of a wireless, minimally invasive brain-computer interface, or BCI. The bulge on Mr. Yang's head marks the location of 2 coin-sized BCI processors. They were implanted to collect neural signals from the sensory motor region of the brain, enabling body control through an external way. After a severe car accident in 2009, Mr. Yang was paralyzed and dependent on others for 15 years. Since the BCI implantation, subtle but meaningful changes appeared. Innovations in medical technology have allowed Mr. Yang in Beijing to once again feel the warmth of happiness. In today's China, newness is everywhere. Just how new is China? This is an industrial park in Hangzhou. The lights stay on late, but it's not the factory workers who are working overtime. In this 12,000 square meter factory, 16 production lines operate at high speed, replacing manual labor, increasing daily output from 10,000 to 50,000 units, and achieving a 99% pass rate. New technologies, fresh breakthroughs, and innovative products are continuously enhancing the competitiveness of Made in China.
China has been spending a lot in science and technology and innovation. So cooperation in that field is not only good for China, they are also very critical to us as China and South Africa as developing countries to cooperate in these fields so that we remain globally competitive. If you are not competitive, you'll always be a follower. We don't want to be followers, we want to be participants in this journey for new development.
Horgos Port in northwest China's Xinjiang is the country's largest land port for auto exports. Li Honghe is driving a domestically produced new energy vehicle to Kazakhstan, helping with the export process.
最多时候口岸送车的摆渡人有3000多名，平常都是1500名左右，都在这个六代国门周围等待送车。
Car ferryman is a newly emerging profession, directly resulting from the rapid growth of China's new energy vehicle exports. Over 4,000 kilometers away in Shanghai, 1,888 of China's NEVs are ready for shipping. In today's China, an NEV rolls off the production line every minute. In 2024, production and sales both exceeded 12.8 million units, keeping China at the top globally for the 10th consecutive year. Ismail Haki Musa, ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to China, is a devoted fan of Made in China.
I myself bought a car produced in China. I bought a cell phone produced in China. Chinese products made in China is becoming more and more popular in Turkey as well. This is true, but this is not only in Turkey. A regular observation throughout the world. Products made in China more competitive, at a cheaper price, at a high quality.
From Made in China to Created in China, the innovative power of Chinese manufacturing is evident across the modern industries, not just on the road, but also in the air.
新疆帕米尔高原。我们帕米尔高原呢，也有一个机场，也是我们新疆高原机场，直接就可以坐飞机到我们的塔县来啦。
Tashkurgan County, located on the ancient Silk Road, has an average altitude of over 4,000 meters. A few years ago, Mika from southern China, born in the 1990s, chose to come here and invest in a guest house. The new Kashgar-Tashkurgan flight route is boosting local tourism.
我们开始当前的准备会。今天呢，我们直飞喀什到塔什库尔干航线，是个高原航线。
The aircraft servicing this route is China's self-developed regional jet, the ARJ-21. It's the first regular flight by domestic planes to China's ultra-high-altitude airport. While the successful maiden flight of the C919 fulfilled China's large aircraft dream, the ARJ-21 is another milestone. It is China's first domestically designed medium short-range turbofan regional jet built to international standards.
一般的飞机通行这样的高原机场是不太容易的。我们211飞机飞塔什库尔干，飞机性能各方面是满足要求的。而这211飞机现在的支线飞机的比例是越来越高了。
Real-time data from the ARJ-21 aircraft is transmitted to the command center in Shanghai. Here, the aircraft manufacturer provides direct operational support to its clients.
这些边疆地区，你一旦用大的机型进去，你会发现飞机坐不满。这种支线机型的话，恰好弥补了这个空档。
2020年来塔县的时候，它是没有这种商业化、特别豪华的酒店。今年5星级这种酒店啊，它也入驻了塔县，房间每天基本上都会爆满。这2年发展是特别快的，肉眼可见的。
China has set the goal of becoming a leading innovative country with strong self-reliance in science and technology by 2035. Innovation in science and technology is driving national progress and benefiting the people. A 5-hour drive from Kunming, the capital of Yunnan Province, lies Sangyuan County. After a weary long trip, Pan Jianbin finally arrived here. He and the medical team will conduct congenital heart disease screenings for more than 10,000 local children.
现在是有点大。
平时上体育课你追得上大家吗？
Tao, age 12, was diagnosed with congenital heart disease during this screening.
明天我们准备给孩子做手术，我们就大概有个半小时，我们就把手术给他做完。
Congenital heart disease is the most common birth defect, with incidence increasing at higher altitudes. In Sangyuan, the rate is far higher than the national average of 0.7% to 0.9%, casting a shadow over local children and their families. Due to the remoteness, poor medical conditions, and the complexity of medical treatment, this family has already lost one child.
我们到昌岩大概2个小时，昌岩到临昌3个小时多一点，从临昌到昆明7个小时。过去的事我又不想提了，又伤我的心。失去一个，我再也不想再去失去第2个。
This time, doctors from Beijing have come to her, and the operating room is in the vehicle accompanying the medical team.
这个手术车就直接跟我阜外院的系统联系在一块了，很顺利，放了一个小小的封堵器，就把整个窟窿全部都堵掉了，也不用吃什么药，星期一咱们就正常上学。
Pan Jianbin's team brought this new Chinese solution that treats heart disease without incision, radiation, general anesthesia, or intubation. It transformed heart surgery from major operations in big city hospitals into mobile treatments in villages. Even though the path is long and difficult, the benefits of modernization are making their way to reach every Chinese citizen and beyond. Pan's team is committed to treating every child with congenital heart disease, providing free treatment and regular follow-up visits. The team has trained thousands of doctors in over 30 countries. The ultrasound-guided intervention technology was selected by the United Nations as a global project, applied in more than 1,000 medical institutions across 60 countries, and has saved over 200,000 patients. Chinese doctors are using technological innovation to actively contribute to building a global health community. Modernization began in the 18th century in the West and remains a universal aspiration. Yet there are multiple paths to achieve it. China is forging a unique route characterized by peaceful, green, sustainable, and innovative development, harmonizing material and spiritual growth on the journey toward common prosperity. In Gulang County, which sits on the edge of the Tengger Desert in northwest China's Gansu province, villagers are rehearsing cultural programs to celebrate the upcoming 6th anniversary of their relocation.
给你们看看好多啥？照片啊！你看，这就是之前我们搬迁前，我们山里的老房子。你能不能把那家的找到？这照片真是我的咋上的这个。 我的老婆子围绕着的，老婆子个穿着这个破烂子上。
Faded photos of the pre-moving days evoke Gulang's past as one of the poorest areas in China. In 2012, the local government relocated the impoverished people from remote mountains, helping them escape poverty. In their new homes, villagers embraced modern agriculture and animal husbandry tailored to the local conditions.
我从宁夏来的，
我从兰州过来的，
我们是和田来的。
这边地比较好嘛，出肉好。
Wang Zhongyi brought in the second batch of lambs for the day. After several rounds of haggling for prices, Wang Zhongyi sold 130 lambs at a fair price. Today, Gulang County is becoming a national sheep hub. Trucks of well-fed Gulang sheep are sent nationwide every day, generating annual sales of 8 billion yuan. Its sheep inventory remains on top in the province for 5 consecutive years.
这就是我的家，这山上厚的太多了。
Everyone wants to live a better life. With industry supporting them, the villagers' lives are getting better and better.
变化最大的这地方是个交通好，我快了，服务员了，出门这不走路了。
好简单的生活。
那唱这个歌，我们的生活充满阳光，太阳光。
Coming from a major agricultural nation, Ambassador of Pakistan to China Khalil Hashmi finds China's people-centered approach to agriculture development particularly striking.
China has developed a very successful model of rural development, agriculture development. So I think what China has been able to do is also develop the technologies at scale, but also to develop seeds which can give you higher yield with less effort. So putting it all together, but working also in a very focused manner on rural areas. So developing and enabling, empowering rural communities. So this model, I think, has been defined by people-centered.
It is early summer, and the harvest season for wheat has arrived in Taehe County of Anhui Province. Zhu Zhongjiang and his grandson set off early in the morning to keep their appointment with another season of abundance. This wheat field is about 165 acres. 5 combine harvesters, equipped with Beidou navigation systems, completed the harvest in just 10 hours. Years ago, Xu Chongxiang dove into agricultural technology and increased the wheat yield per move from under 300 kilograms to over 700 kilograms, earning the title of Wheat King of Anhui Province. Now, in his 70s, he is still busy working in the fields. Through the cooperative he founded, he is actively promoting the model of large-scale farmers helping smaller ones escape poverty. Over 3,000 farmers have seen their average annual income rise from 16,000 yuan to nearly 30,000 yuan. In this country where food is of paramount importance, modern agricultural production not only needs to ensure that 1.4 billion people are well fed, but also fed well. At 5 p.m., preparations for the night catch of yellow croakers are underway. Workers strike the water surface to drive the timid yellow croakers into the fishing boxes, which will be harvested after dark. On Chinese dining tables, 8 out of every 10 yellow croakers come from Ningde. Yellow croaker, a unique marine fish of China, has long been a delicacy for the people along the southeast coast. However, in the 1970s, Liu Jiafu experienced a heartbreaking event he calls the yellow croaker tragedy.
1974年春暖花开，5到6月份大潮水期间，本来是这个大黄鱼产卵的时候，结果没有鱼进来产卵了。
Overfishing once led to the near extinction of the wild yellow croaker in this area. At that time, Liu Jiafu, who worked at a local fishing farm, had the idea of saving the yellow croakers through artificial breeding. It was a difficult undertaking in those days. In 1988, Liu Jiafu submitted a report to the CPC Ningde Prefectural Committee about developing mariculture technology for marine fish in eastern Fujian. The then secretary of the Prefectural Committee, Xi Jinping, stamped a note of approval on the report. This approval document has turned yellow with time, but the determination to derive food from the ocean remains as strong as ever. Following this, Ningdu continued to increase its research and development efforts and gradually expanded the scale of artificial yellow croaker breeding. Today, the yellow croaker has become the largest mariculture fish species in China and one of the most competitive export aquaculture products, with the entire industry chain generating over 10 billion yuan in value. Modernization of agriculture and rural areas is the foundation of China's development, but such progress should not come at the cost of damaging the ecological environment. As early as 2005, Xi Jinping, then Secretary of CPC's Zhejiang Provincial Committee, proposed the important concept that lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets.
The development philosophy embodies of this saying from President Xi, meaning that we have to find the balance or harmonize among economic development, protection of environment, and of course, for the benefit of the people and its culture.
In September, with temperatures dropping below 10 degrees Celsius, Guo Jianzhong and his colleagues set off as usual on their motorcycles. They are protecting the Ulan Suhai Lake, also known as the Pearl Beyond the Great Wall. It is the largest lake wetland in the Yellow River Basin and a rare large grassland lake in the world's desert and semi-desert area. As a bird sanctuary, one can catch sight of the white spoonbill, gray geese, and red-billed gulls peacefully resting. Today, around 260 species of wild birds live in the Ulan Suhai Lake Reserve, with over 200,000 wild birds coming here each year to breed. Today's lush grass and carefree birds at Ulan Suhai Lake make it hard to imagine that back in the 1990s, the water quality here once deteriorated to an almost unusable grade due to reduced natural water replenishment, coupled with the discharge of industrial, agricultural, and domestic wastewater from upstream. The lake's total area shrank from 800 square kilometers before 1949 to less than 300 square kilometers, forcing generations of fishermen to find other livelihoods.
能往这臭味，鱼也少了，鸟也少了。资源钱交了，然后渔具买了，就没打成鱼。
A transformation occurred around 2019 with the pilot project for ecological restoration in the Ulan Suhai Lake Basin.
按照习近平总书记提出的“山水林田湖草沙是一个生命共同体”这样一个理念呢，各个生态要素之间是互相联系、互相制约，也是互相影响的。以前我们是头疼医头，脚疼医脚，现在我们可能更多的还要关注乌梁苏海整体的生态环境的变化、生物多样性的变化，以及整个乌梁苏海流域的整体我们的生产生活方式的变化。
To reduce the encroachment of surrounding deserts on Ulan Suhai Lake, the local area has explored various sand control methods. One approach combines planting saxual trees with cultivating sistach, the desert ginseng, integrating sand control with industry development, achieving both environmental restoration and prosperity.
这个梭梭树了，我们让它和肉丛中合理的寄生共生，哎，这就是一个和谐共生的一个理念吧。
Through relentless efforts into certification control, the entire Ulan Suhai Lake Basin has been rejuvenated. Annual sand output from the Ulan Bu Desert to the Yellow River dropped from 77 million tons to around 3.7 million tons, protecting both the lake and its surrounding ecosystem. Since 2000, China has contributed about 1/4 of the increase in global green space. A truly good life isn't just about a livable environment. It also needs to feed the soul. A rich inner life is just as vital as material wealth. The spiritual foundation of the Chinese people comes from the long and unbroken history of Chinese civilization, which is the wellspring of wisdom that fuels China's progress. How ancient is the history of Chinese civilization?
I declare the draft decision 43-8B.15 adopted.
On July 6, 2019, at the UNESCO World Heritage Conference held in Baku, Azerbaijan, China's Liangzhu ancient city site was approved for inclusion on the World Heritage List. This recognition signifies the international acknowledgement of the over 5,000 years of Chinese civilization as represented by the Liangzhu site.
I think the one word that comes to mind is spectacular. You know, it's really a marvelous find.
我们构成了一个证据链，证明良渚在5000年前已经进入到初期文明的社会，揭示我们的中华文明的起源、形成、发展的脉络，然后让国人、让世界来了解。
Now, July 6th has become Liangzhu Day in Hangzhou. Liangzhu unveils China's authentic ancient roots and modern vibrancy to the world.
Buenas. La verdad es que ha sido una gran sorpresa al conocer las ruinas de Huangzhou, porque ha demostrado que es un patrimonio de un valor incalculable, de un valor mundial.
Knowing where we come from allows us to better understand where we are heading. The 5,000-year legacy of Chinese civilization remains vibrant today, enriching people's spiritual lives and driving Chinese modernization. It's seen in traditional style skirts, cultural heritage floral hairpins, crowded cultural venues, museums, and record-breaking shows. It's been carried abroad by chic national brands, viral icons like the Monkey King, hit films like Nija, and globally celebrated Chinese festivals. In the 5th month of the traditional Chinese calendar, the Dragon Boat Festival is celebrated as expected. In Guangzhou's Daling village, vibrantly adorned dragon boats ignite waterways with competitive fervor. For the new villager Zhaotu, the rich cultural traditions of this ancient country fascinate him to no end.
我叫小兔，今年40岁，然后来自美国。其实我姓 Bunny，Bunny 就是兔子的意思。
At this museum in Guangzhou, Zhaotu can travel through time and immerse himself in the study of Chinese ceramics. Originally majoring in logistics in university, he has now transformed into an expert in ancient ceramic identification.
我认识的第一个 China 是什么？就是一个很珍贵的，只有隆重的节假日我们才能拿出来去用的一个瓷盘。然后我们刚好也就是用中国的陶瓷去把中国的5000年的故事给讲下来了。我觉得它会持续性的去影响整个世界吧。
Like Zhaotu, many foreigners are captivated by China's traditional culture, traveling from afar and becoming ambassadors of cultural exchange. Appreciate one another's beauty, create a world of universal peace and prosperity, coexist in harmony, and foster mutual benefits through cooperation are the principles rooted in 5,000 years of Chinese civilization, reflecting the simple aspirations, the ideal world, and the beautiful life that dwell in the hearts of the Chinese people.